I'm on my knees right now. So it is currently 10 to 12 at night, and I'm doing great. I have to be up at 2:30 to leave for a 4 o'clock bus that's taking me to Amsterdam. So I thought the smartest thing to do would just be pull an all-nighter. And what would I do during that time? Dye my hair. Obviously not impulsive at all. Definitely thought this through. Not gonna regret it in any way or form. So that being said, I am gonna be dyeing my hair with phyto color, the descriptive color being brown. We're going brown. It's gonna be a drastic change. Probably gonna regret this. I'm gonna miss my pink hair so much. Why am I doing this? But see, it has to be done. That's what I'm telling myself. It has to be done because my roots are showing now and it just looks bad. Just making an Instagram story. I mean, I have to forewarn the people beforehand so as not to scare them, you know. So the first natural step of any hair dyeing process at midnight, as anyone would know, is applying Vaseline on the skin around your hair so as not to dye your skin. However, I don't have Vaseline, and at this time of night no one's going to be open for me to go and buy some, so I'm going to be using my lip ice. This is very professional. I'm sad now, I'm feeling nostalgic. I've had this hair color for like 2 months. It's really been with me through a lot. I mean, I got my hair done like this in South Africa, so I feel like I'm losing my culture and heritage. Gloves, this is always a good idea if you don't want to look like you've been digging your own grave. Now would probably be a good time to read the instructions because I've never done this before. I may not have mentioned that. Yeah, I've never done this in my life, so this is going to be new for both you and I. You'd think I was trying to build a rocket ship. The first step is to put on the gloves. I called it. I feel like an expert already. And now I'm ready for the surgery. This is exciting. Oh, Jesus. It literally looks like diarrhea. The poop is contained. Please keep in mind I'm doing all of this while on my knees. That was exhausting, but I finally got an even mixture. Such strength. Well, fuck, now it's time to start applying. I'm not regretting my decision at all. Jesus Christ. Guys, no one's stopping me. You know, recently, I've been feeling more single than usual. I mean, you'd think I'd be used to it after 19 years of being single, but no, surprisingly, it's been hitting me quite hard lately. And I usually don't care about that kind of thing. Like, really. I just couldn't be bothered, but I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that a lot of people around me are in relationships. Or I'm just at that time in my life where I want to share this kind of thing with someone who's not a friend. To be fair, I think friendships are quite underrated in that regard. You could pretty much do anything with a friend that you could with a boyfriend or girlfriend. Okay, not like that. This looks like literal shit. It looks like a bird just shat my head. This is a fun experience. I think I'm really happy I get to experience this with you. I think it's very special. My mom is probably gonna be like, what the fuck? Tamron, this is so irresponsible. You don't know what you're doing. And all I would say to that is, fair point, very valid. Don't know why I'm doing this. And also I'm doing it right before I leave for a trip. So if this turns out badly, it could be incredibly embarrassing for me. This is taking a very long time. I'm scared I'm gonna run out of dye. I mean, I can't see this lasting, and it's not very dark. What if it just doesn't work? Oh God, what have I done? We can laugh about it in the future, but right now, I'm feeling much regret. If this works out well in the end, I'm gonna be incredibly surprised because currently, not looking likely. Oh yes, I am currently tossing up the idea of studying in the Netherlands. If you knew me and any of my previous plans, you would know that I really wanted to study in the UK, and I've been pretty set and determined on that for a very long time. And I still would love to, like, honestly, still my dream, and I've gotten into the universities I wanted to go to, aka Bristol, Bath, like I've gotten into them. However, despite me having a British citizenship, I would still have to pay international fees, which are like double. And I don't know about you, but I don't got that kind of money. Also, no, I can't take out a loan because I have to have lived there in Britain for 3 years to qualify. Same for qualifying for the fees being home fees. But yeah, so that's all kind of sad considering in South Africa it's a fraction of the price. But I don't want to study in South Africa, so my compromise in my mind is if I study in the Netherlands, because that's a great noise. Because in my mind, if I study in the Netherlands, I get a great education in Europe nonetheless. I'll get to do a lot of traveling and whatnot. It's all for about the same price as a South African university, so I think it would be worth it. I just so fucked this up. I so fucked this up. I can't express to you how much I have probably fucked this up. I'm not usually this rebellious. I would usually ask someone for help, but I don't think anyone would be willing to come at midnight to help me with my crisis to dye my hair. Another reason why I need someone, because then I can convince them to come and help me, you know? But with a friend, I'm like, I would just feel bad making them drive all the way here. I'm turning my hair into a mud pit. You know what? I'm just wasting camera battery now. I'll get back to you when this is done. 20 minutes later, I finally finished. I kind of feel like I'm reverse Kennedy Walshing myself, but I think I just have her on the brain because I just did the whole turning myself into Kennedy Walsh thing. This was a lot of work. I'm exhausted. I feel like I just did a surgery. This took so long too, and that was my glove. It's making really great folding noises at the moment. I'm kind of terrified of what this is going to turn out. I just really hope it takes properly to my hair and I don't have an absolute disaster when I wash it out. But I have to leave it in for about 20 minutes, so I should probably tie my hair up. Yeah, I really felt a lot of fear doing this. I was just terrified it wasn't going to work out. Yeah, you could probably see the panic in my eyes in the previous clip. But I'm really proud of myself. To anyone who ever thought I couldn't do it, suck it. I dyed my own hair for the first time ever, and not gonna jinx it. Touch wood. Touch wood. It's gonna be okay when I wash it out. Let's hope. What else? What was I saying before I frantically ran away? Oh yes, I was talking about Amsterdam. So hopefully I'm gonna be studying there and saving a shit ton of money. I think it'll work out quite well if I get in and if I still want to do criminology and if I like it there. There are a lot of ifs, which is why I'm saying it's only a possibility at this moment, but for me it's kind of like this is kind of my only option. However, the only unfortunate thing is they, like American and British schools, every September is when the first the new year begins. I've missed application deadline, which was 15th of January. So fuck me, which means I have to go another entire year and a half, basically, year and a couple of months before I can actually start. And I'm just like, I plan to go on 1 gap year, not like almost 2. So that's pretty terrifying to me. Like I'm gonna be wasting my life, wasting my time. What am I gonna fill that gap with? Am I just gonna float around meaninglessly? So yeah, that's kind of a big weight on my mind. That's the only like downfall for studying there is the fact that I would have to take another gap year, and I'm very ambitious and like goal orientated, so that's kind of scary to me, which is also kind of a reason why I'm starting YouTube. Wow, this is getting really deep. The reason I'm kind of like starting YouTube is because I want to give myself like some kind of purpose or have something to show for doing all of this stuff. I just can't sit around and do nothing. I wish I could, but unfortunately I have to be doing something. So yeah, otherwise I spiral into an existential crisis thinking how life is pointless, and yeah, I got a little too real. I'll see you when this is gonna come out. Please be hoping with me. I need to finish packing. You heard that right, folks. I haven't finished packing and I'm gonna be leaving in about 3 hours. I've really got my shit together. Welcome back. The time has come to wash it out. I'm terrified of what this is gonna look like. Also, some of my hair is already falling out, which is kind of concerning. I don't think that's meant to happen. So it's still dark. Yeah, I actually quite like it like this. It's kind of terrifying to me. It's a very, very drastic change from light pink. Kind of feel very gothy right now, but I actually like it, and it'll lighten when it dries, and like as I wash it, I guess it'll slowly fade. Just trying to convince myself I like it. It's really, really different. My back now hurts. I am the epitome of an old woman. It is so sore from leaning over that bathtub. Like, wow. Okay, now I guess it's time for step 3, the baby's step, and that's the protecting mask to make my hair baby smooth and try to prevent any further damage happening. Like that's preventable at this point. My poor hair has been through so much. Then it's time for cutting the hair, which is actually the part I'm dreading the most. I've applied and rinsed out the hair mask stuff. I must admit my hair feels much less like straw now, so that's a good thing. Now I could leave this here. It turned out okay. Nothing terrible happened. However, I really want to trim my hair. Unfortunately, no one is here to stop me. Also, all I have is kids' craft scissors, so you can tell this is gonna work out really well. In my defense, I did try and buy, when I bought my hair dye, I did try and buy like special hair scissors, but all they had there were nail clippers, which I didn't think would suffice. In fact, I thought they'd probably be worse than craft scissors. So I did the best with the bad situation. That's what happens when you go shopping on Saturday in Luxembourg. Everywhere else is closed. So we're only cutting a slight bit off. I don't want to cut off too much, I don't want to risk it. But yeah, my hair definitely needs a trim. I know cutting with craft scissors kind of defeats the point because it does damage your hair, but I'm doing it anyway. Had to change my shirt. I couldn't even see what I was doing with like the black on black. It was a bit difficult. Also, I upgraded to kitchen scissors practically, just bigger scissors, which are a lot sharper than craft scissors, so I'm getting through it a lot faster, and it's probably less damaging to my hair. That's what I'm telling myself at least. So how's your day been? How are the kids? Doing well, I hope. How's your dog? How's your cat? I hope your circumstances are currently better than mine. It's quite exhilarating, to be fair. I can't tell if these are even, as if it's going to be even anyway, please. Gotta say, this is not the easiest thing I've ever done, or the smartest. YOLO. I mean, look at the snipping. I could be a professional. Oh my gosh, that is skew. I take it back. I could not be a professional hairdresser. You want me to cut your hair? Hit me up. I'll be there, and I'll be snipping away at it with my kitchen scissors. I feel like my entire life has been leading up to this point. What on earth has laid you here? That's the real question. Why the hell are you watching this? My concern is that it's going to continually be uneven, and I'm just going to go shorter and shorter until I have no hair. There would have been no point of me even dyeing it. And also, let me tell you, that hair dye was very expensive. Like, most hair dyes are like, what, 8 to 10 euros? That was a flipping 15 euro box of hair dye. If I had the option to go somewhere else, I would have, but there were no other pharmacies open at that moment, so I kind of had to make do. Just kind of gag about it in the process. Now this is the tricky part. Getting back there, not easy. Honestly, like in a lot of ways, I'm quite proud of myself. At the age of 19, I'm traveling the world, being a globetrotter, exploring and whatnot, sitting in a bathroom at 1 in the morning, cutting my own hair that I've just dyed. I am the epitome of a responsible adult. This is what it turned out like. It's kind of got a Addams Family kind of vibe, but I like it. Like, it's very different, and I'm kind of like uncertain in a lot of ways, but in general I think it's okay. The cut, relatively uneven. The cut was just traumatizing in general, but it turned out okay. Yeah, I think it's just going to be an adjustment. My hair's also really weird and frizzy. Understandably, it's been through a lot of trauma, so it looks a bit weird and frizzy and flat at the same time. It's kind of confusing. Yeah, so this is it. Not sure if I regret it or not. I'm probably too tired to judge what I actually think of it. I think when I get to Amsterdam and see my friend's expression, then I'll kind of know whether I really fucked up or not. Right now I'm kind of telling myself it's okay. It's like everyone does this. It's normal. Moral of the story: go dye and cut your hair at midnight. It's a great idea. It totally works out super well. You will not panic at all about your lack of skills, and everything will just go fantastically. Also, if you need someone to dye or cut your hair, clearly I am a viable candidate now. I don't need to attend any courses or anything. I obviously know what I'm doing, so you can trust me. Why'd you have to go and cut your hair?